So y'all, the Angela Reese incident. Everybody know about it. Everybody done heard about it. And here's my honest opinion. It's the media trying to keep us separated. They got to keep us separated. I know that that's something that you hear, you know, it's cliche, right? Something you hear all the time. But I'm explaining what I mean. I ain't gonna just say the media is keeping us separated. See, it doesn't matter if black people say, oh, look what they doing, this is America, blah, 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 right? All that's just going to do is piss off the other people and make the other people fight back, fire back at you or whatnot, right? Even if it was true, even if it is about racism, which they probably blown this shit out of proportion, even if it is, it does no good for black people to say anything, because you're just going to cause more division amongst the other races of people. Because a lot of them truly don't give a damn. Now, if the other races of people say something, then we're good. But that's not going to happen. That's the only way that anybody should entertain this. Other than that, I would ignore it, because what good is it? You're going to go cry to a bunch of people. Some of those people might be racist people. They just going to piss you off more by saying shit that they say or whatever. Or acting like the other girl's cool and the other girl's not cool. You know what I mean? The media loves to spin this shit. I wouldn't even, y'all already know I think sports is fake. So, from my lens, this shit is all set up. In your lens, you're thinking, well, it's just two girls playing basketball and it just happened. In my lens, I don't think sports are real at all. So therefore, in my lens, I think the whole thing is set up. You know, it just divides people. That's all it do. That's all it do. That's why there's no point speaking on it. The only people that should speak on it is people who are not black, and they should take up for the girl. Now, if that's not going to happen, there's no point in saying anything, because the only way to basically reverse what they're trying to do is for the other races to speak up. That means all black people need to just be quiet about it and let the other races people speak up. If they don't speak up, you don't even got to say a word about how America is and if America's racist or not. You saying a word does nothing. But if you be quiet and nobody else speaks up for what happened, then you know what time it is. But the reason why I say this, I understand why people want to say stuff. But my lens lets me know what they're really doing. That's why I don't get mad no more. I'm like, yeah, look at that. Because I know what they're trying to do, man. That's why the story blew up. This is exactly what they want. See, if you really mad, if you're a black person and you're really mad, or any person for real, if you're really mad at what happened, supposedly, then don't say nothing at all. The only hope you got is for the other racist people to say something. If you say something, you're playing right into their hands. Because all you're going to do is piss off closet racist people and argue and all this shit and piss yourself off. It does no good. What does it do? You cried about something and then what? Nothing. You're playing right into their hands. They want you to go to the other racist people and cry. Look, see what happened? See? And then now you're arguing with them. If anything, go to the elite and show them. Say, hey, look what happened. But they already know what happened because they're the ones who designed it and put it there. The elite do not care about race because all the elite have different races of people. Africans, all that. Africans, the only ones that don't got no leadership is the so-called Negro, but I'm not even going to get into y'all on that today because man, just a little bit. The Israelites are a group of people who lost their heritage, and they will be under all other races of people. Yes, even Africans. Blacks and Africans are not the same people, right? So if it's not black people who are the Israelite people of the Bible, then I don't know who the fuck they are. If it's not them, it's nobody. All right, I'm done. I don't want to touch on that no more. But anyways, everybody else but the so-called blacks, not the Africans, the blacks, are the only ones that don't have leadership. Every other race does. And they don't care about racism. They sitting in a room, in a fucking business room, with a fucking 100 people at a damn table plotting on how to rule over you and make your kids slaves. Because y'all still don't get it. Y'all still biting the fucking apple. Every time they put out some racism bait, y'all bite it. Which means your kids are still going to be slaves to these rulers. It doesn't matter. The elite don't care about black or white. They care about power. The elite do not care about black or white. They care about power. They are in power because they use racism to divide us. They don't divide themselves with racism. All the elites got different races in it. But when it comes to us, that's when they divide and use, that's when they use race to divide us. Not just race, they use gender. That's why you got this woman and man war thing going on. That's why I make videos to try to wake women and men up like it's both. Like if you're a woman and you just take up for women, you're part of the problem. If you're a man and you just take up for men, you're part of the problem. We can sit back and argue all day, yes, women, 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 men, 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 all day long. It don't do anything for real. If you want to expose what's going on, that's good though, because now people can see like, oh, really? So women or men do this or women do that. Oh, I know what to look out for. That's all I do in my videos. People claim that I'm talking about people or I'm mad at people, but really all I'm doing is exposing what women and men do. So somebody who doesn't want to get hurt can listen to those videos and say, ah, they doing that. That's what they doing, huh? And I go both ways with it. So you can't say that I'm taking a side. If I was taking a side, I would never, ever tell women any fucking thing. I'd just be like, hey, dude, get that guy, right? Anyway, that's off topic, man. Racism, man, this is what they want, man. So if you're a black person, you know, George Floyd, I seen a picture the other day, one of my female friends showed me. George Floyd is fucking Steven Jackson. Looks just like him too. I knew something was funny with that face, like, man, that face. And then it's a side-by-side picture, dog. But I already believe how they play different characters and shit too. That's something else. Y'all not on that level. Y'all think I'm some crazy man when I'm saying this shit. But remember that video with George Freeman? Wait, is his name Freeman? What is Morgan Freeman? When he's like, hi, I'm Morgan Freeman. And then he showed different faces, white faces, all that would look just like him. They got that technology now, y'all. So I knew the George Foreman shit was some bullshit. Some more race-bait bullshit, man. Ain't no cop going to kill somebody right in front. Oh, record me killing him, and I'm not going to take your phone either. I'm just going to let you keep your phone and put it viral. Come on, man. Ain't no cop going to do that. Ain't no cop going to commit murder on fucking camera. Would you? Let's be honest about it. You going to commit murder on camera. Stop it. It's the fuel to racism. Like, oh, man, look, they killed another black person again. Look. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous, man. Y'all got to stop biting this fucking bait, man. I'm being honest. Now, I'm not saying that it doesn't happen. I'm not saying that racist cops don't kill people and shit, but it's something you're not going to hear about. Just like, let's just say, God forbid, a cop killed somebody in Dayton last night. Ain't nobody in California hearing that. Ain't nobody in Florida hearing that. Ain't nobody in Texas hearing that. It's such and such. So why is it when it's certain stories, the whole world knows? But yet all these other people are getting killed by cops and all that, and you don't hear nothing. Whenever it's a big, large story, it's fake. Whenever they put that, even that OJ shit, yes, even the OJ shit. Now that I know how they move, that man of sin, now that I know how he moves and how he lies about shit, even your sports, you know what I mean? Now that I know that this motherfucker lie about anything that he put on TV, even the OJ shit, another race bait situation. You could call it a ritual because it makes people divided. It could cause people to kill people. Ain't no telling what can happen from the results of them throwing some race bait out there. Like, oh man, the black guys got away with killing a white girl. As soon as I see one, I'm gonna kill them. You know, you don't know because there's so many people in the world. You see what I'm saying? It's a ritual. And the real ritual is to keep us separated, man. Keep us separated and divided so they can rule over us and rule over your kids next. So if you really got a problem with racism and you really got a problem with your kids being ruled over by that so-called man of sin, right? Then you, as a black person, you really can't do shit. But if you are another race and you got a problem with it, you have to speak up about it. Period. It has to be this way. There is no other way. See, let's just say a cop really killed somebody that was black. Black people can march for days. It don't matter. But what if it was a bunch of white people and shit? And I mean a whole bunch, like 75% of the USA. Then it's a problem. Because now, oh shit, now they're with the black people now. Now they're coming together. And there's more of them than us. But y'all not getting that part, man. This is the part y'all don't get. So what do you do as a black person? You gonna go march and all this shit. Look what you did. That's the whole point. They want you to do that. So when somebody white says, man, be quiet, man, we got killed by the cops too. Now you're fighting against them. You know what I mean? Now, oh man, what about slavery and all this? Now you got a problem. You see what I'm saying? It does no good. It does no good. The only way, there's only two ways to beat this shit that they pull. Anytime they pull this shit, there's only two ways to pull it or to beat it. And that's to stick. Let me put it like this. As soon as this motherfucker gets out of my way, because I'm tired of the damn thing beeping, it's ignoring the fuck out of me. He won't leave. I can't go over there. Like, what are you doing? I feel like I'm babysitting sometimes when I drive, man. But whatever, man. It made me a cold-ass driver. I can see here, there, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to take... It's going to take white people to stand up for that girl. If not, then what are we talking about? There's nothing to talk about. Unless I see a whole bunch of whites saying, you know what? This is racism. This is bullshit. And attacking the elites with this, it don't even matter. It don't matter as long as they don't say nothing. As long as that happens, they don't say nothing about it. Well, there's the plan right there. But black people, you can march all day long. That ain't going to change nothing. If anything, that's just going to piss white people off who are in the closet and all this other shit. Now you're arguing with them. You know what I mean? Who are you talking to when you tell, hey, look, see racism in America? What is the point of this? What is your point of getting this off? What is it going to do? Everybody know that racism in America, right? But me going to somebody, you know, throwing it in another person's face, or it might be a white person that they ain't even on that shit. But now they kind of feel a certain way and shit. You could piss them off. They might not even be racist, but now you pissing them off because they like, man, it ain't even me. Which it really ain't, because the elite do not care about black or white. Y'all think they do. They don't. The only reason why they use racism, they use it as a tool. Just like they use money as a tool. They use sex as a tool. They use porn as a tool. They use every TV as a tool. That's one of their biggest tools, TV. Whatever they can use, they use as a tool. Racism's a big one. And so is sexism. You know, got men and women fighting each other and making, they probably pay content creators to just make videos about women or just make videos about men. You know what I mean? And probably give them all kind of subscribers. My shit goes both ways. There might be some shit. Some days I might feel like you know, I could explain it better from the man's point of view. Some days I can explain it from kind of like understanding how a woman will feel. It all depends. But either way, you never hear me just take one side when it comes to gender, because what is the point of me making the content if I'm just going to take a man's side? What's the point of that? If I just take the man's side, then women just going to keep doing what the fuck they doing. Because men going to keep, we going to keep doing them dirty. Well, guess what's going to happen if you keep doing women dirty? They're going to keep doing you dirty. This is exactly why I say that I'm not suffering for no man. You know, a woman want to be a bad bitch and be mean and plot and scheme, I'm gone. Go there and do that to them guys. Do that to them male players, because I ain't had nothing to do with it. I come in peace with a woman. When a woman deal with me, I try to show her nothing but respect. I ain't promising to be your husband or nothing like that. But I ain't going to lie to you or deceive you, none of that shit. None of that shit. So that's what it is, man. But they use racism as a tool, and y'all don't get it, man. A lot of people need to speak out more about this. Instead of crying, instead of saying, look what they did, you know, as a black person, look. Or instead of as a white person, I'll be quiet or whatever. She's this, she's a thug or whatever. What needs to happen is they need to expose what the media is doing. Like, hey, don't fall for this trap, dog. Like, I get it. As a black person, I get why you mad. But look, it's a trap. It's a trap. And they always pull that same shit. Like they emphasize that shit. Like she's a thug, and the other girl, they didn't say that. They know what they doing, man. And it's sad because y'all smarter than this. People are so smarter than this, but they still fall for the race bait every fucking time. You know, I used to be the same way. Now, I'm not saying I was racist or anything, but I'd be arguing in the comments, and I ain't got time for that no more, because now I get it. Like, damn, this shit pissed me low-key, pissed me off. You know, to the point you might start actually thinking about, man, maybe I should be racist, man. Fuck that. You know what I mean? But fuck that. That's why I say, yeah, I see what it's doing now. Because I've never been a racist person, but I can see why motherfuckers get to that point when they start arguing over stupid shit, and you know what I mean? That's what they want to do. That's what they want us to do, man. And once I learned that the elite rule over us through racism, and I learned that the elite have all kind of races of them in it, like Masons, I'm like, oh yeah, I see what's going on now. This is a problem that I have too. See, my race of people will speak out against this shit all day long. Like, look, they did a black person wrong, blah, 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 right? But we won't speak out against the rappers that are basically doing the same thing. They're just coming in they're coming in peace, but they're doing it. It's the same effect. It's the same effect. I bust y'all, I took your bitch, I did this, and I killed you. That's the same effect. You might as well put on a Klan outfit and say the same, because that's what you're doing. But we don't say nothing to them, though. And that ain't just black people, right? Because when it comes to the other races of people, they don't say shit. When it comes to their people who rule over the world and their government and shit, they don't say nothing about them. They don't call them no thugs. They don't call them no animals. It's only the black people when this is the problem. You see the division? Just take your average country white dude. Look at them animals, them black animals. But you won't say nothing about fucking the government putting poison in little Johnny's cereal. That's all I'm saying. Who's the real murderer? Who's the real thief? Do you lock your door when you see presidents and politics? They the real thieves? I ain't stealing, even if I am on a corner selling drugs. I ain't the one stealing your taxes, dog. I ain't the one putting poison in little Johnny's cereal. So you worry about the little black guy who has no power over the world, when really you should be worried about that other guy that you think is your friend because he looked like you, and he convinced you that he's your friend because we just against the black people. We ain't killing you either. We ain't killing y'all. We just killing the blacks. That's a lie. They killing you too, but they don't want you to know that, and that's what happens when you don't look at the big picture. Just say I'm a white dude. I'm not looking at the big picture. Oh, it's just the black people they killing, man. They ain't. We good. You know, make America good again. We good, man. I'm a white guy. I ain't got to worry about shit. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. And if you believe that, then this is what happens. And, you know, I don't really want to deal with the blacks and who cares, man, and this and that. But what if let's say I'm the white guy again. What if I knew the plan and the plot? Now I can relate to black people. You see that? Now I can see why, oh, no, that's not right what they did with that girl. Because why do I think this way? Because I understand that I'm no different than the black person. I understand the elite looks at me no different. But if I think the elite does look at me different, like I got privilege, I'm white and this and that, that's why I don't attack nothing. That's why I don't say nothing when nothing happens to blacks. Oh, no, I ain't gonna say shit. Because we good over here, I'm white, I'm good. But what if you knew that you are no different than me? See, that's going to make you have a problem with what's going on, because you know who the real enemy is. Because they doing it to you too. But they got to hide that they're doing it to you, so it creates division. In other words, I'm not going to show you I'm not going to put on tape if a white cop kills a white guy. Well, throw that story away. We not blowing that one up. You see that? But let it be a black dude, we blowing this one up. This shit going viral than a motherfucker. And half that shit be fake. Fake blood and everything, man. On YouTube, once I started seeing that shit, fake blood and shit, I don't believe no big story that I see. Because how come somebody in California got shot last night by a cop? I ain't hear nothing about it. Why ain't it on mainstream TV? But as soon as it's George Floyd or something, aka who's really Steven Jackson, look that shit up. As soon as it's something like that, oh, you hear everything about it. As soon as it's OJ, you hear everything about it. You know what I mean? The black cop killed the white girl. Oh, you hear everything about it. You know, man, y'all gotta wake the fuck up. This man of sin must be revealed. Now see what our Bible says, this man of sin must be revealed. Because until y'all actually understand how they move, you're gonna be lost in the sauce. You still gonna believe sports are real. You're gonna believe everything you see. You don't understand. It's a big lie. Like the Truman Show, this shit is a big lie. And I'm not trying to sound funny or cliche or some type of conspiracy. And that's another thing. You know, anytime you speak the truth, or you're conspiracy theorists. Really, the people who are the conspiracy people are the ones that believe the lies. You believe in the lies, man. I could never understand how we all know we've been lied to, and we still believe them. Everything they say, we still believe it. And we still look at a neighbor as the enemy. You know, oh shit, lock the door. There goes that black guy, lock the door. Meanwhile, the government's stealing everything from you, but you don't lock your door on him. It's sad, man. They've done a beautiful job of making so-called black America just gangsters and criminals, you know, with the Boys in the Hood and all that, you know, and it's cool. I'm glad that the Boys in the Hood movie was created, right? In movies like that. But now that I look back at it, they was just using them basically. And now the whole world, well, yeah, pretty much the whole world thinks, well, when you think of black America, you think of Boys in the Hood or Men's Society and shit like this. And to a certain extent, there's a lot of truth to that. However, you can't ignore the people in the suits that are killing everybody. I don't understand. Okay, the black dude shot the other black dude on the corner. That's one guy. What about a guy that's killing millions? Billions? Shit, not millions, billions. Everybody. Poisoning our food and everything. We don't speak on that guy, though. We act like this guy does not exist. Illuminati, you conspiracies. Okay, well, little Johnny's cereal got poison in it. You know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure it wasn't a black guy that put that shit in there. You get what I'm saying? Oh, there's only racism against the blacks. They're only trying to kill us. Well, like I said, I'm pretty sure little Johnny's cereal got some poison in it. I'm pretty sure. So the next time even black people think this shit, understand you're not the only ones they after, dog. They coming for everybody's head. If you're not a part of the elite, and you're not a part of, and you're not their bloodline, dog, you don't sell out to them like these rappers. I forgot to get back to that. So we see somebody like Jay-Z or something, well, he looks black, so, you know, I'm not going to trip. You know what I mean? He's just making money, blah, blah, blah. But he's still leading the people to the slaughter. You know, rappers are still leading your children to the slaughter. It don't matter if they're purple. They still leading your children to the slaughter. But what do? You give them a pass because they black, and you black. So you ignore it, and you can't do that. If I have kids and they want to listen to rap, hey, I can't stop them, right? But they gonna know. You know, we gonna have a talk about this shit. I can't stop you from having sex. I can't stop you from listening to rap. I can't stop shit you do when I'm not around you. But we gonna have a talk about this. I'm gonna tell you why rap's here. I'm gonna tell you about sex and all that, and then it's on you. If after we have these conversations you still want to be hard-headed, that's on you, right? But for me to sit up here and act like rap has no effect on black people, but then when it's other races doing shit, oh, I got a problem, that's bullshit. That's bullshit. And I'm not against rappers, I'm just telling the truth. If you selling out, you selling out, man. What is your music doing to help the people? Not a fucking thing. To be honest about it. And I might be offending some local rappers and shit. And I don't mean to, but I gotta tell the truth. I can't sugarcoat shit for people's feelings. I'm sorry, I just can't do that. I'm not knocking no one's hustle. But let's keep it real for a minute. Let's stop acting like rap music has no effect on black people. It's only the racism and all that. That's bullshit. Like I said, rappers are basically Klan members. You might as well just put a fucking Klan outfit on them, because that's exactly what you're doing. You're telling you hate the women, kill the brother, and all that. It's not good, man. And if you're not a black person, don't think that you skate away Don't think that you skating away like some angel and your races ain't doing shit either, because they doing shit too. That's what I don't understand. You got black people ignoring the rappers like they not doing nothing, like they not leading people astray. And then you got on the other side country boys and shit like that acting like the politics and shit ain't doing nothing to them. They act like they only doing stuff wrong to black people. Nah, if you are a white person and you think that you are scot-free and nothing's happening to you, they not attacking you, you're a fool. That's all I can say. You are a big fool. You know what I mean? And if you are a closet racist, that's what you get. Because if you wasn't a closet racist, you probably will relate with black people more and realize that, you know what, we really not no better state than them. They coming after us too. But they got to create that division. They got to make it seem like they favor one and not the other to keep the division. If they treated us all the same, or made it appear like they treat us, really they do treat us all the same, like slaves, like cattle. But if they made it appear that way, then we would all relate to each other. Then we start looking at who's really shaking this jar up. You know what I mean? Who's really going to rule over my kids and my grandkids? Because that's what's going to happen. The more y'all bite into this racism and separation shit, they just going to keep ruling over your kids and your grandkids and your other grandkids, and you just going to remain a slave. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. But I hope y'all have a good day, man. That's all I can say. Stop falling for this race bait shit, man. It does no good. What good does it do for me to argue with the average white person about racism that the elite created? What good is this doing? Nothing. They can't do nothing about it because they're not the ones who created it. The only thing they can do about it is stand up for it. So if that's not happening, then what are we talking about? Because I'm not marching. Because I'm not marching. My voice means nothing. But I tell you what does mean something. If you see a bunch of Chinese and whites and Mexican and all other races of people marching for black people, that's when there's a problem. Because, oh shit, now they coming together, and the only other option, the only other person they can realize who's the real enemy is us, the elite. Because they don't look at each other no more as the enemy. But y'all not hearing me. Y'all not hearing me, man. I don't think y'all ready for this shit, so I'm just going to leave this shit alone, man. Have a good day.